Yo, what it do? I go by the name KO the Legend, and you are watching Ash Boogie TV. I am a rapper, producer, new media evangelist, and nerd rapper. KO the Legend. I'm from San Luis Obispo, California, which is in the central coast of California, so by the beach area. I mean, I think I've been on my way there my whole life, but I started taking myself seriously about 10 years ago when I moved to Los Angeles. I mean, there's been a couple different pivotal moments for me, but I think the first one was I got an opportunity to open for Nelly Furtado when she first came out in my hometown, and like my dad is a pastor, and so he was very much against me doing music. And you know, just as parents, they don't understand that like it is a viable career if you play your cards right. And so that was the first show they got to come see me rock at, and there was like 5,000 or 6,000 people there, and it was just mayhem. And that was like the day they realized, okay, we see what your vision is and we support you. But up until that point, like for 18 years, it was just butting heads and like conflict at all times. So I think that was the first pivotal moment for me that like really took a weight off my shoulders and let me just run free and experiment with what I wanted to do. Little mama got that crack, but I think it's a little stronger. I mean, it's funny. I was watching your interview with Micah, and he is 100% right. I mean, it's kind of about who you know in the industry. And when I moved down here, my friends were heavily into the dance industry, and so they were always going to parties, meeting people, hanging with artists, and I was fortunate enough to be around them and have those opportunities as well. So I just took advantage of those opportunities and tried to build connections. And once I got my opportunity, I was prepared. The work spoke for itself, and I got those couple placements. But I mean, it's a funny game, man. It is. It's like you can be in sessions with everybody, but until you have that one hit, then it's you know, you're still a new artist. No matter who you work with, no matter what you've done, until you have a hit, you're a new producer, you're a new writer, you're a new artist. So I mean, that's just what it is. But I don't mind that at all. I've never really been in a position to receive advice from an artist. It's just always been in a very professional capacity, so we're just working. But I do try to be as observant as possible. And I mean, I picked up a couple things from a couple different artists. I mean, there's an artist named Kenna. We've never done records together, but we had the same manager for a long time, so we worked out of the same studio. And I mean, he's done Justin Timberlake, like he's done everything. He's just like a genius. He works with the Neptunes, and he's done a lot of big records. And just, you have to always constantly be creating. Like that's what I took from him. No matter what it is, no matter if you like it or not, just complete it and keep creating. I feel like, in a sense, is especially I feel like when I work with R&B writers, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but when I work with R&B writers, I feel like they have a deeper connection to their songs, because most R&B songs come from very personal experiences. And so, you know, if you have a hit song, that's a personal experience, that's a chunk of your life, you don't want to let that song go. But whereas like with the pop songs and the rap songs, they just churn out song after song after song after song, and they're not married to a lot of songs. And I think that's the difference between the success of rappers and pop artists versus the success of R&B artists, is that's because that connection with the actual content isn't there. And I had to kind of learn I just felt like that about every song that I wrote for a long time. And I had to learn how to sever that connection. And I appreciate what I do now, but I kind of just finish and I move on to the next so I can keep creating. Because if you get attached to one song, then sometimes it's hard to look beyond that. You just have to know you can keep doing that and do it better every time. Yeah, I mean, it's funny, people always ask me, like, did you name it that because you do DMT, and that's the nickname for dimethyltryptamine is DMT. And so everyone asks me, do you do DMT? And I'm like, not really, that's not my thing. I really titled my EP that because of what it is it's just this natural compound that's in nature, like it's everywhere around us, and it has hallucinogenic properties, but the medical industry doesn't really recognize it, and they know all about it, they know what it's capable of, but they kind of stay hands off of it. And I felt like that is my exact position in the music industry. Like, I feel like I'm the DMT of the music industry, whereas everyone knows me, everyone knows what I do, but the powers that be, the decision makers, they kind of stay hands off and they stay away. And I embrace that now, but before it used to really, really bother me. Just because you see all these people getting signed and you're like, well, what do they have or what are they doing? But at the end of the day, it's who they know, it's their team. And I've come to the realization that my path is not going to be a traditional get signed to a major path. I've never been that kind of artist, so. It's funny, I just wanted to, I had last year downloaded just a bunch of music apps on my iPad, and I wanted to see how creative I could be with that device, and so I just started taking a bunch of sounds, and that beat, Running to You, came about. But I didn't write the song for another like 6 months. I was just driving up the coast, and the whole song just hit me. I think it was just I was reflecting on a relationship that I was in, because it started off with me like, you know, the song sounds like it's about a girl that's gonna drop everything and come running to me whenever I want her, but it's really about how every time she calls me, I'm running to her, you know. And it's about how a lot of times fellas get it twisted, like they think they have the upper hand, when it's like you're really the one that's wrapped around her finger. And that was just kind of a realization that I'd come to, and for some reason I was able to put it in song format. So I love this group called the Veronicas. They're from Australia, just because they're like a perfect mixture of electro and rock. They just have a really cool sound, and when they sing over their tracks, it's really unique, and I feel like I could complement their style, and I usually like to collaborate with people where I feel like I can enhance what they do and they can enhance what I do. And for whatever reason, when I listen to them, I get that feeling. So I definitely love to work with them. I would say I'm different because my music, like other people's, is based off experience, but my experience has been completely different than most artists. I mean, my career has been ass backwards. I started from the top, and I'm kind of working my way down as far as like being a rapper, and I got scooped into the pop world really quick. My first placement was a pop placement, doing vocals on Britney Spears' tour, and everything after that has been pop. So no matter how accomplished I get in that world, it doesn't mean shit in the rap world at all. So I'm kind of like fighting my way back into the rap world and trying to prove that, okay, I got bars, I can spit, like, and this is what I started out doing. But I'm still proving myself regardless of the placements that I have, because, you know, to Meek Mill, who cares if you work with Britney Spears? I don't want to do a song with Britney Spears, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you have to become relevant in a whole different environment. I honestly think it's been different than I've expected it to be, because it I feel like I'm kind of starting to generate my own lane, and I'm kind of finding the fans that I've wanted to find. Like I don't care about, personally, I don't care about labels at all. Like, I don't, not record labels, but like genre labels. If it sounds good, I like it. If it doesn't sound good, I don't like it. And I kind of like to associate myself with people that feel the same way. And I feel like the people that listen to my music are like that, because they can hear all of my influences in my music. Like, Running to You has probably 6 different types of genres of music in it, but somehow it works. And the people that listen to those same genres that I listen to seem to like my music, and that's what I want. So it was crazy because I never left the country before, so you know, getting to go on tour with someone like Kid Cudi, who I listen to and I respect, even though we didn't really get to like interact, but just seeing him sound check and like watching his band, who was incredible, and just being around people like Tech Nine. I've listened to him since I was younger, and Millionaire, and doing festivals, going, because I mean the biggest show, I've done festivals here and there, but that was a long time ago. Not since festivals have become what they are today. So being able to do that in another country and kind of build that fan base and start plant seeds overseas has been incredible. Yeah, I get rid of the gatekeepers. That's it. Like, it's just, they cause more, I feel like they cause more problems than they solve, because it's just, and I'm saying this as a fan, not as an artist, I feel like you're subjected to the opinion of a few people when there's so many great artists out there that should have a level playing field. And I feel like the only thing that really gets in the way of that is the major labels. Lots. I am trying to put out a book about the tour in Australia, the behind the scenes tour. It's an iPad book. I'm doing an app right now with someone that's major, and I'll be talking about that real soon. Then I have a project with a guy named Balthazar Getty called The Totally Wow. We're going to be dropping a mixtape in August. I got tons of videos online already. I got more videos on the way. Definitely. I'm actually working on the treatment for that right now, so definitely. You can find me at, if you go to OneSheet, that's ONESHEET.com/heavy concepts, which is HEVIKONCEPTS. So OneSheet.com/heavy concepts. It has every single link to everything that I'm on that site, or you can just Google KO the Legend, and you can download my mixtape at kothelegend.bandcamp.com, and it's Name Your Price. So if you want it for free, just enter 0. You can download it for free. If you listen to it first and you like it, you want to give me $5, give me $5. It's cool. Either way, I hope people enjoy the music.